Welcome to Around the Peninsula. I'm Army Sergeant Matt Cromer. Military personnel learn many skills during their time in the service. Army Sergeant Frank Sanchez meets with a man who is putting his expertise to use in a whole new way.
Today's lesson, the history of American football. The class is being taught by Coach Carlos Cribbs, the physical education teacher at the Seoul American Middle School. Cribbs has spent 26 years as an officer in the Marine Corps and is thrilled to be educating the children of the Yongsan community.
I feel very fortunate to have the opportunity to work with these young people. I feel like that I'm still supporting the defense of our nation, because these young people are the dependents of the soldiers that are serving overseas, the men and women who defend our nation.
Building a solid foundation in health and education for his students is what drives this coach in his post-military career.
When I sit back and I see a student make progress, gain strength, gain self-confidence, it makes me feel like I'm really accomplishing what I want to accomplish.
Army Sergeant Frank Sanchez, Yongsan, Korea.
Cribbs has a bachelor's degree in physical education from Baylor University and earned his master's degree in elementary education just before his retirement. For some, life's ups and downs can cause a lack of focus. However, one airman found a passion that brings her clarity. Army Sergeant Julie Yeager has the story.
Out of all Staff Sergeant Brittany Moore's favorite activities, singing is what helps her the most.
It's everything. Like, singing gets me through the day, every day. Like, my job can be stressful, dealing with different people, but when I'm singing and I'm listening to music, it really helps me push through.
For her, there's more to gospel than just hitting notes.
It's not about me anymore. Other music, you know, you're trying to make sure you sound good for the people, but with gospel, it's like I'm singing to God. No matter how I sound, it sounds better to me when I sing gospel music.
Staff Sergeant Moore was fortunate to have joined the gospel choir here on Kunsan, which recently put on a big performance they called Joy Fest.
Joy Fest is our choir, Joyful Noise. We came up with a program where we're singing and putting on a show, but also praising God. I hope that it touched somebody and that they might think to come visit us for church.
Joy Fest is her last big performance before moving on to Aviano Air Base in Italy.
It's going to be very emotional. I am an emotional person, so we shall see how this goes. I love my team. I love Joyful Noise and the chapel. It's going to be a sad thing for me to leave them, but I'm excited for whatever God has planned for us.
Though life adds complications, like parting from great people or worrying about how you sound before an audience, Staff Sergeant Moore has discovered how to use gospel to enrich her experience. I'm Army Sergeant Julie Yeager, reporting from Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
The Kunsan Gospel Choir performs every Sunday for religious services. The 6th annual CISM Games showcase service members from many different nations. Army Sergeant Mark Breha takes us to an international military women's soccer game.
Both the USA and Korean women's soccer teams follow their flags onto the pitch. They salute their flags and pledge their best play for their country. After shaking hands, the referee blows the whistle, and just like that, the USA versus Korea women's matchup begins.
The opportunity to represent not just the military and the Marine Corps, but as the nation as a whole is just, it's unmatched. You know, it's pretty special to be wearing this and then in a couple weeks turn around and put my camis back on. So I'm just really proud.
This particular matchup is important for both teams. They both lost their previous games to France, so the winner of this game goes to the semifinals. With their backs against the wall, the players dug in deep to put their training into practice.
I just appreciate the work that they put into every minute in preparation, not only going to the camp, but everything they've done here. They've really put a lot into it. And I don't know that I can express what that means to me.
The game ends with a 2-0 score, and Korea advances to the semifinals. Although Kate's team lost, she feels proud of her teammates because they were playing as a team.
And we work together, pushing each other, doing sprints, intervals, getting touches on the ball, just putting in the work individually, so when we got together, we could make it happen as a team.
Army Sergeant Mark Breha, Kimcheon Sports Complex, Korea.
France, Korea, Brazil, and the Netherlands advanced to the semifinal. Music may be played differently all around the world, but it is appreciated by all those who hear it. Senior Airman Taylor West takes us to a Seoul American high school to listen to the band that's marching in for a visit.
Bringing different cultures together from around the world takes a special kind of art. Students from Seoul American High School and Middle School witnessed the language of music through the prestigious Coldstream Guards Band from the United Kingdom and their performance on the Seoul American High School football field. This band has been playing since the 1700s and continues to be a staple in English culture and tradition today. The Coldstream Guards Band is a military band whose main duties consist of the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace, as well as marching the troops to and from Windsor Castle in London. The band is currently touring different locations throughout Asia, and besides performing, they also worked with the local band students. This workshop provides students accustomed to playing with a smaller band the chance to play with a larger, more balanced band.
To have support all the way from Europe to come here and to be willing to give us a concert, work with the kids, help them become better musicians, I think this is just a great camaraderie between, two complete different countries and areas, but it shows how music brings everybody together.
These students were lucky enough to be given the opportunity to expand their musical talents through being mentored by professionals. Senior Airman Taylor West, Yongsan, Korea.
After the workshop, the students got to perform a couple of musical numbers on stage alongside the Coldstream Guards Band. Chicken, mac and cheese, and southern sweet tea. Sounds like a great reason to come together. Senior Airman Emma Mahan takes us to a class where food and friends meet.
I like sharing what I've learned, only because I know it's helpful to be able to have someone smile knowing that they enjoyed their meal. And so it's always nice to share what you've learned.
I love to cook and I love to eat even more. You make your own food and you can take it to go if you want. And it's been just kind of a real great way to meet people and to be passionate about food.
You're coming to be enriched by the people that you're around and also learning different strategies with cooking.
Absolutely, I recommend it for anybody, just because you can connect with people, you can make food. If your skills in the kitchen aren't that great, somebody will walk you through it. You can ask questions. It's kind of an open-ended, free-flowing kind of experience. Whatever level of skill set you are, it doesn't matter. It's really about just friendship and food.
Senior Airman Emma Mahan, Osan Air Base, Korea.
The Osan Airmen and Family Readiness Center offers these classes every other Tuesday of the month. Practicing safety is imperative. The maintenance group on Kunsan Air Base took this year's Safety Day to new heights by throwing in a little fun. Army Sergeant Julie Yeager has the story.
The 8th Maintenance Group on Kunsan Air Base wanted to do something unique on Safety Day. It took a few creative thinkers, such as Technical Sergeant Richard Dollard, to come up with the idea.
What we're doing here is putting a little twist on a normal safety day where we'd watch PowerPoint slides. So somebody had the idea to do something a little different. That's when we put a team together and created the Maintenance Olympics.
The event covered many aspects of the career field, everything from the 20mm barrel toss to the Dash 60 push. Senior Airman George Sierra enjoyed the different events, but also understood the deeper meaning.
This is the first time I've ever heard of anything like this being done. It boosts camaraderie, morale, and it helps us learn about safety in our jobs and stuff.
Each shop had their own teams. Senior Airman Sierra's the GBU-12 Guided Bomb Unit kept their competitive edge by stepping it up a bit.
We didn't do too good, but hopefully we'll make up for it here in a minute.
Despite their trying start, he kept focus on the more important matter.
We're pretty good at what we do, and every now and then we just like to show off, see who's best. There's a lot of hazards in our job every day, and it just kind of reminds us not to mess up.
Created by a few outside-the-box thinkers, the Maintenance Olympics became a unique way of reminding everyone of the day-to-day hazards they face. Reporting from Kunsan Air Base, Korea, I'm Army Sergeant Julie Yeager.
In the end, the Aerospace Ground Equipment team came in first, and the Maintenance Group Company Grade Officers team placed second. That was your Around the Peninsula for Thursday, October 22nd. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.